Well, hello, happy Sunday. If that is the day you're watching, that's the day I film this. I try to film every day, sometimes shorts lately, just to help give a little information or a little tip for you, just to, I don't know, try to better your lives or try to get your mind off your lives as a homeschool mom or parent, homeschool parent, or homeschool caregiver. It can be a little not the easiest at times. So, without further ado, we got two things we're talking about today. First would be the question of the day, but second we were talking about, I got a whole bunch of STEM products. I'm going to show you more in depth than I already showed you. I showed you little snippets for product of the day and stuff, but this, I kind of want to go and show you more in depth just so you can see them before you purchase them, so you know, hey, I should get this, or hey, no, I shouldn't get this, okay? So first up is the question of the day. Someone asked me, and anytime you have a question, just put it in the comments. I generally go through and read all the comments. I try not to answer ones that are not polite, but most of them are very, very, very polite. So my question, the question was, do I prefer Math Mammoth or Math with Confidence? That is a tough one. I also have right next to me that I'm also going to be going through, which is this, the Matthew C. So I will let you know after that. That's one of the only ones I haven't gone through yet. But my top favorite is Math with Confidence. I have so much confidence in this curriculum, not only because it was created by someone with dual degrees from Harvard in mathematics and in education, but just because it's not only because it's mastery and spiral, and it's the only curriculum that I've ever found that is mastery and spiral, but just because it's really good for all types of personalities of kids. Now, I also love Math Mammoth, and we've done both in our household, and Math Mammoth I think is perfect if you are, even though Math with Confidence only takes 10-15 minutes, if you have a child that is very independent and maybe doesn't like dynamic things, like maybe, I know, I'm a teenager, but maybe, you know, like my Asperger's child finds very much comfort in just doing 1 page a day all year round or something like that. So then it's very brightly colored, the curriculum. I've showed it quite a few times, and when it arrives again, I will show you again because my stuff has arrived. It was shipping across the sea when we moved. So I will show you again, but it's everything's in there. It's bright and it's colorful and it's easy to understand. It's a mastery curriculum, so you master one and then you move on. But you do not have to do every single equation. It is not meant for that. So you can do spiral with it. At the end, you can go back and fill in some more. When you get to the end of the chapter, you want to do a review or whatever, you go back and you can go in and fill in the added equations. That's how many equations there are that you don't have to do them all. But it is a very good, especially if you travel a lot and maybe you just want to bring, you know, 1 or 2 books with you. You don't want to bring a stack of books and a bunch of playthings and a whole bunch of stuff with you. This is just, it's so simple that you just pull out and you open it up. I think it's very open and go. We would just, for a long time, we just did 1 page a day and 1 page a day and 1 page a day. And then when handwriting was a problem at that time, we did dots for the answers with the magic marker. So for that specific child. So I think that I kind of want to use both because I just love them. I love them both. But if I only choose one, it would definitely be Math with Confidence. ADHD child or a child who can't sit still does really well with Math with Confidence. It's like a 10-minute lesson, only a very small worksheet based, and a lot of it is just you interacting for that 10 minutes. It's kind of cool. It's like pure bonding time. Okay. And the price point, they're about the same. So that's kind of irrelevant. Although usually I always take that into consideration. All right, so I'm going to show you some STEM activities. I'm going to go through them a bit more than I did before so that you can see. First, let's start with Architecto. So Architecto, so in the beginning, it's got smart puzzles, 1+ players, ages 7 and up. Even younger children can do it though. So it's got directions in a bunch of different languages. So let's flip through. So this is what you need, and this is what you build. Oh no, no, oh no, oh my gosh. Well, oh no, and it's all over. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, resume. Let me tighten my lid. Oh, such a kick in the pants. It's a new mattress too. Okay, so you use these, right? You take them and you build this. There are answers for it, and then the problems get harder as you go. See the different color? This is blue, purple, red are the hardest. So look what you're building. You need all of these to build. And then the answers are back here. So it just so these are the colors and it shows you where to put them. All right, so that is Architecto. And I like it because you can also just build with these blocks, and who doesn't love building with blocks? So next up, let's talk about these. This is the most expensive one on the list. These are from Think Play. These are the starter gears and ages 4 and up. There's 488 parts in here. This is the most expensive. So this one, we're talking like $385. Now let me show you what it comes with so you get to see. All right, so you get that. All right, so you got some of these, you got some of these, you can build some of these. But what the biggest thing, the biggest draw would be these books here. Okay, so look at this stuff, at the type of things that you can build. So it starts you off, and no kid's gonna wanna build the first one. So no kid's gonna sit down, to be honest, I think, and be like, hey, let me go through and build all of these, because there's like 50 different ones. So this is part 1. They go all the way up to level 6 in here. But so level 1 has gear 1, gear 2, flower 1, tractor, dog, gears, bird. So I'm gonna show you some of that. So this is just a gear. So it shows you how to build a gear, right? No kid's gonna sit down and be like, let me just build the gear. I just don't think so. Or a flower per se. But this could be, they start with this and then they head up to things more complicated, but at the end, like this would be, I think this is the digger. So once you got it together, I think the fun is kind of putting it together, because utilizing it, you're not really gonna, I mean, that doesn't dig anything. It's not like a real digger, right? But your imagination can use, for example, not necessarily the windmill, but you can use that skill or that object to make something, you know, like this, right? But for that money, if you were to get it, to make it worth it, I would be like, okay, your challenge today is, so we do the first couple together so that they know how to do it. And then their challenge is, all right, you got to build this snail. And as I said, it gets funner when you get to the end. Funner, is funner a word? I don't know. You get to the end because then you get a helicopter. But then when you get up to level 6A, this is a different copter. Like, look at that copter, because it's got the different pulleys. Whereas this one doesn't have any of the pulleys. You see, because you're moving on to the next book. Now I say book, but it's not a book for some odd reason. And I'm really happy they gave us this paper. It's just only one came in the book. And then these are just posters. So you would need kind of a binder, right? A binder system. And then there's a bunch of these. And then these ones actually have holes in them, but they're weird holes. So they're 4 holes. So I don't know if you could do the 3 hole. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. But so this is section 3, right? So this is another book, but it's section 1, 2, 3, teaching more complicated builds, okay? Because you got the chainsaw right there. So you got different things that they're building. So this is the level up, they're using this. And then the third level, another level. So there's quite a few different levels here. So if that was your thing and you wanted to do these additional levels, is this a caterpillar? Is this a caterpillar? I feel like it might be. Well, 1. So this would be step 1 that you build. Let's flip it over and see what we build here. 9. I wonder if it continues on the back. Does it? No. So 9, you are building, oh, kind of, yeah, a caterpillar that has these here that move. So again, these can be their challenge of the day. Well, you want to do such and such and finish your schoolwork, or da-da-da, or did you want to do your schoolwork or start the challenge of the day, or, you know, whatever. But to get your money's worth, that $335, and I would look for them used on eBay. I've seen them used on eBay. If that was your thing and you wanted to look into these, that would be the way that I would do it. So let's go to the next product. So the next product I got, okay, I'm calling it STEM. It's STEM-y. STEM-ish. All right, so this is more something I would show you during a space unit, but I don't know. I just thought it's sciencey, so why not pull it out? It is one of these games that you do yourself. So there's the boards. You set up the board like that. So you take these pieces, they're all different. You learn to see which one's different, and then you got to get this guy to fly out. It may look like he can fly out here. He cannot fly out here because that's going to hit that gray thing there. But anyway, so this is a thing that we could do together. My children and me, we can do it together. They can do it alone. And these puzzles are good for a variety of reasons, because I like puzzles that increase concentration and that increase focus. Especially if they use an iPad, I really think kids could really benefit from that. Even if it's really easy and not that interesting, you know, like puzzles, well, I think it's something that's got to be done. You got to have, you know, that type of challenge a day. The next type of product I think is very cool, but is not utilized, so I don't know that I'd get it again. But I just love it. I love the whole concept of it. The Rock and Mineral game set. It's got Rock Bingo. It's got Tic-Tac-Toe that you can do with gems. It's got 150 mineral and rock specimens, plus these cards that tell you they're all different types. So even though they can use them as a regular deck, but they got all different types of stuff. So you can check out what kind of rock it is. If you find a rock, you can check it out. So I just think that in itself is very cool. Not worth opening because it's literally what I showed you. But this, I would buy again. 8 and up, the Connects. It is, and we've had tons of Connects in our house, and usually people just make weapons out of it, I've noticed. I know. Weapons or rocket ships. But so it's got 13 models, and it does have a PDF available for download if you want for additional education information that I did not look at. But so let's open it. Fight with it. Hopefully win. Okay, so in this book, again, 13 bridges. So let me show you. So these are actual bridges that are currently in the world today. So there you go. The Pont d'Arche. Oh, arch. Sorry. I guess it comes in French and English. So it's an arch. Okay? And there you go. This is how one builds the arch. So again, a challenge of the day. Do they start off easier? And it does show you what parts you need. Right there's the parts. This is a beam bridge. So kind of interesting. Again, I would do it for a challenge of the day because anytime I give them, do you think they're going to sit down and build what is required? No. And that's fine that they don't. That's fine that they're like, you know what? I think I need a new weapon. And so they build some kind of cool space-aged weapon. Fine. But sometimes I'd like you to build what the instructions say to build. And so that is why I have to do a challenge of the day. Otherwise, it just doesn't happen. Okay, next up is let me show you this. This is a toy that I think is very STEM-like. I know. I'm taking a lot of liberties with STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And some programs are STEAM, which means they also include art. But take a look at this. These are the snapshots. You just snap them together and snap them apart. And these are a bunch of different parts. The United States is the country that has them the cheapest. You can get like 3 packs for $14. Other countries, nope. You'd have to buy them used just to get, it's just not worth your money per se. But they are amazing and all ages can play with them. A ton of different ages can play with them. Now another STEM product I think is very STEM-like is to DIY your own blocks. Go down to Home Depot, get a bunch of pieces of wood, various sizes. They will cut it there for you if you need them to. Bunch of different pieces of wood, bring it home, and you have giant blocks that they can play and create with, paint them, build houses with them, build forts with them, build car stuff with them. I was gonna say car crap, but you know. All right, so this is the ultralight airplanes. Inside it comes with a book. Let me just show you that book there. Comes with different pieces to help you design your own airplane. So it shows you 8 models or 5 models. 5 different models to build, but then you can build your own. So this is model 4, but then you can build your own. And it does have information about cockpit, fuselage, propellers. Okay, basic stuff that most kids who are interested in planes would know already. But anyway, the cool part is that once you do these basics, you can build your own, which I think is kind of neat. And it does fly. It is very lightweight, so it does fly. Nope, I guess that's it today. All right, well, tune in tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Please like and subscribe.
Yes.
And hit the bell for notifications.